So I'm going to start today's upgrades with something fairly simple, and that is to replace our rear reverse lamp and our fog lamp on the back of the Defender. Now, it's an early TD5, so it's got the sort of older style boxy lamps, which you can see here. So this is a new one, but this is just a takeoff part. I wanted really the lights to match, so I'm going to ditch the old style and go with a new style. These are your reverse and fog lamps that we're going to be fitting. Now, these are a little bit different. These are exclusive to LR parts. They've got this bar that goes across the middle, and they've got the LEDs top and bottom. So they look really cool. They're really bright, very low draw. And I've mounted them on two different types of plinths. One's in plastic, that's this one, and this one is aluminium. Now, obviously the aluminium one is a lot nicer to look at, but what's interesting is it's quite a bit shallower, and I like that low profile look. And so because it's an LED and it doesn't have anything protruding from the back, this lamp, it's a flush fit. You just need a single hole for the cable to pass through, which you'll already have on your vehicle, regardless of whether you've got the new or the old school lamps on there. So they're really nicely finished. Nice hard anodizing on there as well, so they're durable. If you've got the new style rounder lights, the NAS style lights if you like, on your Defender, they'll just bolt on and bolt off. Very easy. Now, if you want to replace your box style lamps, your old school lamps, with these, you have to drill some new mounting points. You have to mount it diagonally, so you have to put two new holes. Now, the biggest issue with doing this job, the biggest struggle you're going to have, is getting the old ones off. They will fight you till the end. The easiest way is to remove the lens, remove the innards, just rip them out, and then you want to melt the plastic housing around the nut, and this will all become clear. Now, this has already cracked, this lens, so it's already going to be letting moisture in, which is a bit of a risk because it could stop the lamp working when you need it. Right, so that's off. And that's our guts. So I think this just pulls out, if I'm honest. Yep. If you've got an older TD5, you'll just have regular bare wires. But if you've got the newer TD5, you'll have a connector like this inside the vehicle that connects up to the lamp itself. You can buy these separately, so that's what I'd recommend. You'd actually buy one of these. Instead of stripping the wire off, you could just cut this off and forget about the connector. But if I were you, I'd buy the connecting wire, the little harness. We'll attach it to these wires here, and then we're good to go. Right, you've got these two plastic circles in here, and they actually cover the head of the bolt that goes through into the back. So you've got two choices. You can try and undo them from the back, but the trouble is, if they're corroded, they're just going to spin inside that plastic, and you can't actually get a socket or a spanner onto them. So my recommendation is melt these off, get this off, and then we've got a better chance of either removing the bolts or cutting them out. And then get yourself a shitty screwdriver, just so you can start poking around once it's melted. Okay, that was brutal, wasn't it? But there you go, that's how you do it. Right, so what we've got now is we've got two heads that we can try and get to, and we've got our wire. Just knew that was going to happen. There we go. Just really nasty. These two lugs here where you screw your lamp into, they need to be horizontal. So you basically set that up as horizontal, and then if you want to, you can move it around as you want, but at the end of the day, if you use this existing circle here as a central piece, you'll get it in line with your indicator there. On there. So because my eyesight's not perfect, I do want to have oversized holes so that I can have the option to move it around a little bit. And I'd advise you did the same. Now, you get all hardware in stainless to fix the plinth and the lamp to the body, but because I've done that oversized hole, I'm just going to use some additional washers which are stainless as well. So if we're lucky, this will actually pull the panel straight because it is a little bit kinked from some damage. The nice thing about these aluminium plinths, if you do have some deformity in the panel, you would not be able to use a plastic plinth to pull it straight. There we go. So let's tidy these up. So green onto black, black onto, there we go, look. See? Oh, we spoilt the big reveal, sorry about that. I think sometimes when you're working with some slightly cheaper connections, it's worth just making sure everything's solid. No need to do these up super tight on here because they're bolts. There we go. Looking good. Okay, time to crack on with the reverse light. I'll stick this on a time lapse and you can just enjoy me doing it.